Hello to all 1000 PS fans. When I am invited to Milano, one of the most important places for fashion, styling, design, food, you told me food, drinking. It's not because I am so important for fashion styling and design. It's about motorcycles, of course. And the one bike I am invited for, it's not a real motorcycle you can call a normal motorcycle. It is design and styling. And this small guy next to me, Miguel Galluzzi, the designer of the MGX 21 Moto Guzzi. Tell us, how did it start? How did the project come to life?
When we created the California, the original California that we presented in 2012, the idea of creating different variations on that bike was already there. So we had kind of an MGX21 at the time, you know, what we call an unbagger, because it didn't have bags. But and we presented a prototype in 2014, you know, at ICMA, you know, without suspension, very much inspired, you know, by the Bonneville land speed records, you know. But then we went, you know, try to understand what the client actually wanted, and then we have to put the bags and incorporate it and things like that. So the idea of creating a bagger, you know, for Guzzi to be in the best, most profitable part of the market was very important. But we have to do it in a Moto Guzzi way. That's why, you know, what you see here, you know, we were in Sturgis 2 weeks ago, and people would stop us in the street to understand, you know, what this bike was about. You know, they, you know, even the carbon fiber was for them, you know, amazing stuff.
Did you want some different a different engine, or are you happy with this, let's say, normal 1380 cc engine?
I think the test we did in Sturgis, you know, gave us, you know, the very clear idea that that's more what we need. You know, the thing is, this package is a very balanced, you know, motorcycle. Then you can go as fast as any other bike. You know, actually, that's, you know, what we did in the first day. You know, the last 80 miles that we did in the test, you know, for the whole day, we went at illegal speeds for 80 miles and getting to the hotel and, you know, removing our helmets and saying, what did we do? We have, you know, this is the fastest bagger in the world. And that's what Moto Guzzi is about. You know, it's not about just doing stuff because we need to do it. We are always going to do it, you know, in a very Moto Guzzi way.
Because there is a lot of electronics inside. There's a traction control modes for the engine. And what about the name? What does MGX21 stand for?
Again, this was like we had an idea to do this kind of bike, you know, more like of a bagger bike. But the project started as Moto Guzzi X, which for a special project with a 21 inches wheel, which at that point, when we went to the show, you know, ICMA in 2014, we understood that also the 2021 would mean 100 years of Moto Guzzi. Then, you know, the Flying Fortress was, yeah, man, when you see this bike for the first time, you know, it was not that it would go, you know, just by the way, you know, without making any impact on you. So the Flying Fortress was the next, you know, next best name to put on the bike.
It is because Flying Fortress, it looks like. And as you said, this 21-inch wheel, for me, to bring it in small words, in some words, it's different from other bikes, different from other cruisers, but it's a lot of fun because the rest of the bike works like the other California bikes, and it works really good. So you wanted to have a bike that is useful for everybody.
Yeah, what the 21 inches wheel gives you here is a very precise handling in many different conditions, which, you know, with the regular bikes we have in the other Californias, you know, this one will give you a more precise feeling. So we wanted to have it. In this case, what we have is a patent, you know, steering damper in the middle for the low speed, because big wheels at low speed, especially when you are in a parking lot, you know, tend to fall and make, you know, the bike, you know, the steering fall. So we are getting rid of that with this system that slows down in the moment that the wheel is coming down. So by removing that moment, then the bike just goes like any other bike.
In my opinion, it works good and it looks great. It's an amazing bike. Miguel, yeah, nothing else to say. Thank you very much for talking to me here in Mandello dell'Ario, of course, next to Milano, the factory for all the Moto Guzzis. And yeah, we had a lot of fun and we will have more fun when we are riding home to the hotel. Thank you for talking to me.
Thank you. My pleasure.